Syria's leader, Ahmed al-Sharaa, has met Donald Trump at the White House. He is the first Syrian president to enter the White House since 1946.
I liked him. I get along with him. The new president of Syria. We want to see Syria be successful along with the rest of the Middle East. So I have confidence that he'll be able to do the job, absolutely.
To understand the significance of the event, we're joined now by Dr Dara Conduit, who is a Middle East analyst from Melbourne University. Dara, morning to you.
Good
What
morning.
is the significance, the relevance of this visit to the White House?
This is a huge development. I mean, if you think this time last year, President Bashar al-Assad was still firmly ensconced in the presidential palace in Damascus. And the new president, Ahmed is, a designated terrorist who was controlling a small part of Idlib province. And in the space of less than 12 months, he has not only taken control of Syria and is now running the country, but he's also in the White House visiting President Trump.
What's he done to charm President Trump, do you think?
Look, I think just in general, the situation has changed drastically. It's not so much about charming President Trump, so much as, he's now the leader of Syria. This is a really important role. The stakes are extremely high, in Syria over the next few years, and whether or not if he does not succeed, there will be significant consequences for the region. So I think President Trump and the United States are giving him the respect and seriousness that this situation deserves.
His aim, as he stated when he took power, is to end the decades of Syrian isolation. What will Syria benefit from it if it does do that?
Well, I mean, the immediate goal of this visit and the flurry of diplomatic activity recently has been to get sanctions removed. The Syrian regime under President Bashar al-Assad was under extremely heavy sanctions for many years. And I mean, Ahmed too was under sanctions. So this has all been wound back over the last week or so, which should, give the Syrian economy an opportunity to start to rebuild from the extremely violent war that it's experienced over the last decade and a half. And it will give the international community and international companies the ability to assist with that without falling afoul of sanctions.
Dara, one of the other things that's come out from the meeting is that Syria has said it will have political cooperation with the global coalition to defeat Islamic State. What might that mean in practice?
I mean, the Islamic State group is a threat to Syria and to the Syrian government so much as it is to any of its neighbours. So it's not a surprise that it too would want to cooperate with the United States in this. Nobody wants to see the Islamic State group resurge.
Yeah, and haven't they tried to assassinate al-Sharaa in the last few months?
Yep, yeah, and I mean, they are, al-Sharaa was initially part of the group which the Islamic State group came from too. So they're old, they used to work together. That relationship broke down more than a decade ago, so it's been bad for a really long time. But certainly the Islamic State group is one of the many threats that the current Syrian government is facing.
How important in all of this, Dara, is a potential security pact, if you like, that involves Syria and Israel?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think we need to be careful with that. I'm not sure that the Syrian government is going to be running open arms into a deal like that. So I think we're going to have to wait and see. But certainly there is talk of security cooperation in a way that Syria and Israel have not cooperated in ever, frankly.
And how might that affect the relations that Syria has with its neighbours? Because we know that Donald Trump has been keen to nurture those relationships.
Look, I mean, I think we really need to see whether anything comes of this now. I mean, there's a lot of animosity within Syria towards Israel and elsewhere. So I think we probably need to watch and see.
Just on a more domestic front in Syria, is there popularity for Ahmed al-Sharaa? Does he still have the backing of the people and indeed the military?
I mean, look, it's very difficult, obviously. You can't conduct an opinion poll in Syria the way that you can conduct one here. But he seems to have, strong support, certainly in the military elements, because a lot of them come from his own groups, and from parts of the population. Now, his government has faltered in the past 12 months. It has faced an enormous challenge, and there have been incidents of violence, including sectarian violence in the coastal regions in March, in which his his own security forces have been implicated in. So, you know, he certainly has a growing number of critics and a huge task ahead. But for the most part, I think at the moment, most Syrians seem to believe that this is he's the best person for the job right now.
Just one final quick thought. His visit to the White House didn't have all the fanfare and trumpets that a world leader usually gets. Does that suggest to you that the White House is treading very carefully? It was all behind closed doors. They've released photographs, but President Trump did a news conference on his own afterwards.
Look, I mean, I'm not going to read too much into the psychology of the Trump White House. There may or may not be reasons behind that.
Dr Dara Conduit, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thanks for having me.